It's time for another Wednesday workout. This week, we're doing 10 times 60 seconds at a pace you can hold for 5 minutes with 2-minute, 30-second rest in between. So half the reps as last week, but twice as long for the sprint interval. Really excited to get this workout going today. I think it's gonna be a good one. All right, just finished number 5. Flipping the direction around. Oh, this is tough so far. Tougher than last week's workout at the halfway, that's for sure. We gotta be a lot stronger to focus for 60 seconds versus 30. But, you know, we're still just getting back into doing speed work. Honestly, that was really hard. It was a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I felt pretty decent in the 20 by 30 workout, but the 10 by 60 was tough. Honestly, I was slower than I thought I was gonna be. I was hoping to be a little bit closer to 5-minute pace, especially since last week. When I was looking at the data, I thought it seemed like the most ground I had to make up was in the acceleration at the beginning of the interval. And I figured if I was running more of the interval at like that cruise speed, then my average time wouldn't suffer too badly. You know, kind of like how 200-meter runs aren't really that much slower than 100-meter runs. But it was harder than I thought it was gonna be. Some of those intervals, I could really feel the bear jumping on my back. And on minute intervals averaging like 5-10 pace, that's a little discouraging. But, you know, it's really early in the training cycle. I'm definitely gonna keep my chin up, and I don't think I have too much to worry about. We're still, I think, over 6 months away from my marathon. So onwards and upwards. I'll catch up with you guys when I get home and we'll take a look at the data.
Hey guys, just wanted to give the update on this evening's workout that I said I was going to do. I had the chance to shower and think about my run a little bit, and I just wanted to go through what some of the data looked like real quick. All right, so I have some of the data up on Stride on my screen. I'm just going to go through one of the intervals just to kind of show what I think was a trend in most of them. My fastest interval today was the first one, which I generally try not to do. I usually try to have the second to last or last interval be the fastest one and just prove that I have the strength to make it all the way through the workout. With today's workout, I ran the first one. I think mentally I decided about 50 seconds into this 60-second interval that I was maybe going a little bit too hard, and I maybe kicked in some self-preservation instincts to not go so hard on the rest of them. I did feel like I had the bear jumping on my back for most of the intervals. If you're not familiar with that feeling, it's a common phrase people use to describe like running the 800 meters. Everybody that runs a fast 800 positive splits, and they call when you're going on the back stretch on the second lap the bear jumping on your back, because then you're just running on kind of just pure grit for the last quarter of that race. And that's how I felt how these intervals were going today. I felt like I was running the last quarter of the interval just on grit, which I don't think is a great strategy for running intervals where you're trying to complete the workout and run efficiently and smartly. And I honestly don't even think I was running that fast to have that feeling happen to me. I'm either not as fit as I thought I was, or just mentally wasn't into the workout, or physically wasn't feeling good. I do know I came into the workout a little bit more dehydrated than I normally aim to be. Who's to say? But the only thing you can do is just not be worried about today's workout and just be ready for the next one, and not let the negative thinking of today's workout affect your future workouts. And I'm still optimistic about future workouts. There's a lot of time to go before any racing is going to happen. So to bring up this fast interval here, typical with these intervals, you have kind of an acceleration period, and then the middle third of the interval, I was running a pretty good pace. So I was running about 4:40 pace, and then you can just start to see it drop off over 5 minutes, and then the last 10 seconds or so of the interval was over 5:20 pace at around 5:30 pace, and that's just slower than what I need to be running these intervals at. And it looks the same on every repeat I did. It's just the pace starts to slack off toward the end of the interval. It didn't keep the strength up the whole way. So that's the story of the day, and I think just going forward, just need to be stronger through the whole interval, maybe pace things a little better. I'm not going to be running 4:40 pace for my marathon, so I think I just need to find my pacing better to where I think in an ideal world doing this interval, I'm not going to dip under 4:50 or 5 minutes for this interval. I don't need to be making this like a sprint interval. I may be wrong. I'll have to talk to my coach about it, but I think a more even pacing is going to be a better strategy on this. And I just need to find those legs. It's been a long time since I've done a lot of interval work. And that's just it's a skill you have to hone. You're not going to find your ability to keep an even pace, interval in, interval out, even if you're fit, when you're just getting back into doing intervals. So we'll see how next week's workout goes. I think we're looking at like 45-second intervals, I want to say, for next week. I can't remember off the top of my head how many we're doing. But it's kind of keeping with this theme of short intervals at like a 5-minute pace. So thanks for watching today's video, and we'll catch you after the next one. Have a good evening.